we're going to go over to Dr. Supat, but slightly tweaking the question because I think the first questions we asked you were very Thailand relevant and specific. But we wanted to hear, given your deep experience with the network as well, having been in the trenches, if you will, with many of the others on the call. But how do you, from your own perspective, think that the EANET could further assist other countries in terms of monitoring, assessments, policymaking, and resource mobilization for acid deposition, control, and broader air pollution work as well? So your own reflections would be very welcomed. Over to you, Dr. Supat.
Yeah. Thank you, Courtney, for the second question. I think EANET, through the work of ACAP and the Secretary, has done an excellent work already in terms of supporting and assisting the EANET participating country, in particular the developing country in East Asia, in terms of capacity building, in such a way that from the beginning, some of the country were not capable of monitoring of wet deposition and dry deposition, and inland aquatic soils monitoring and so on. Until now, after many years of capacity building program, and not only building the capacity of the scientists in the country, but also supporting some of the equipment, some of the hardware, so that the country can do the acid deposition monitoring. And so far, I think we all the 13 participating countries at present are in the stage of having the capability to monitor acid deposition, both wet and dry deposition, on a regular basis, and with all the QA/QC program, and produce a very good high quality data for the assessment of the state of acid deposition in the region. I think that's already been done. But taking into account the decision of the intergovernmental meeting last year in expanding the scope of the EANET in terms of the acid or atmospheric substance, not limited only to acid precursor, but also including other air pollutant as well. And some of the important parameter which already been indicated in the fourth report, that PM is one of the major problem in the region, in particular PM 2.5, as mentioned, that it's contribute to many very high number of premature deaths around the world, including this region, in particular the vulnerable group of people, the children, and most of the people are actually live in maybe now with the new WHO guideline for PM 2.5, I think maybe 100% of the population, not on 99%, 100% of the population are living in the area which the air quality in terms of PM 2.5 not meeting the WHO guideline, the new guideline in 2021, which is very stringent. But taking into account the expansion of the scope, in terms of monitoring, I think the participating country, the EANET participating country, in particular the developing country, still have limited capacity in terms of monitoring other air pollutant, for example, PM 2.5 and ozone, which indicate the data in the report indicate that they are problem in the region. Although Thailand at the moment has such a capacity, all around the country. We have more than 100 PM 2.5 monitor at around the country, and in particular in Bangkok, I believe that we have about 70 PM 2.5 monitor, the standard one, but they are expensive. They are expensive. And in terms of PM 2.5, we have to have many monitor around because different area will have different source of PM and also different level of PM 2.5. So it is necessary to monitor the PM 2.5 ozone, taking into account the spatial and time distribution as well. So I think this probably will be the next phase of the EANET in providing support and assisting the participating country to have the capability to monitor PM 2.5 and ozone in the future. That will be the next stage. Although EANET already through the ACAP has actually provide several PM 2.5 monitor to some of the participating country, both in the Northeast Asia and also in the Southeast Asia, where those who are not capable of doing the PM 2.5 monitor yet. And I think the program already started. So I think that will be the next area that EANET could support, and producing more data in addition to the acid deposition, to producing scientific data on other air pollution in terms of monitoring and assessment, so that the policy maker could take the data and then develop into policies and measures to improve the air pollution situation or the air quality situation in the region. And as you know, the PM 2.5 monitor, the standard one, is very expensive, and it might be difficult. So financial support probably will have to be looked at as well, because of the cost of the equipment is quite high. Or we have to find a way to use the more simpler method for the monitor of PM 2.5 and so on, which is available, but it needs to be standardized and to make sure that it will provide good quality data. If it doesn't provide good scientific data, then it is useless. Yeah. So that we'll have to take into account. And I believe that next month, EANET will have a kind of seminar on the low cost sensor, and that will have to be discussed, how the low cost sensor will be used. We have to make sure that all the low cost sensor, if it will be used in the EANET, you have to be standardized into the same quality and provide reliable data throughout the region, so that the ACAP can do the collection of data from the participating country, and then use that for the assessment of the regional, the state of pollution in the region. Yeah, that's my view on what would EANET could further assist the country in terms of monitoring and assessment, yeah, in the near future. Thank you.